Hey all, it's time for the Tammy Talk. And again, I'm talking about back pain. Way back in the beginning, I did say I would be talking about headaches, head and neck pain, and shoulder pain. So I wanted to talk about very specifically one type of headache because it's the most common type. I mean, there are so many different types of headaches. There are very subtle differences in the categorization of headaches. So there's migraines, there's tension headaches, there's clusters, exertional, hypnic, medication overuse, sinus headaches, caffeine related, head injuries, menstrual, hangovers. But the ones that I want to clarify on are migraines, tension headaches, and sinus headaches. Very, very subtle differences. So a lot of people will misdiagnose themselves with a migraine, in my opinion, when actually it's just a tension headache. But we're so accustomed to saying migraine based on some of the characteristics, and I'll clarify that in a moment. So, what makes a migraine is the symptoms typically happen on one side of the head, and that's different from a tension headache. Also, a sinus headache, typically the tension is in the, or the pain is in the face, but it will happen in the cheeks and can sometimes travel down into the dental area. So that's a little bit different with a sinus headache if you're trying to diagnose your own headache. So with a tension headache, the big key things that are going to help you know if it is a tension headache is there's going to be tenderness of the face, head, neck, and shoulders, sensitivity to light and sound, pressure behind the eyes. The pain is going to be on both sides of the head. So it's not just one sided, it's going to be both sides of the head. So some of the triggers could be dehydration, loud noises, lack of exercise, insufficient quality sleep. That's not quantity. You could sleep for 8 hours, but it could be that you never reach REM sleep. So you're just not getting good quality sleep. You could wake up with a headache. Posture. Lots of people have very bad posture because we're standing around doing this. So we're getting a lot of strain on our necks, and that affects our head, and we get headaches. Skipped meals. I'm really bad at that. I get so busy, I forget to eat, and then I get a headache. And I wonder why I have a headache. And then I go, why am I so hungry? Hangry. That's a hangry headache. And eye strain. How much time do we spend on this thing or on this thing? Eye strain's a real thing. Blue light, all that artificial light, spend so much time indoors trying to make things happen. Or in the winter, you get that reflective light off of the snow. My world is completely covered in snow right now, so I definitely have to make a point of wearing sunglasses during the day, and you get that salty haze on the windshield, and then there's melting on the roads, and everything is just reflective and bright and nasty if you're out driving. And gosh, it's beautiful when the world is covered in snow, but wow, is it hard on the eyeballs. And then same thing in the summertime, you go to the beach, the sun is reflecting off of the water and you're getting double, triple, quadruple the sun rays in your eyeballs. It's really easy to end up with an eye strain headache. So what do? Well, you try and counteract those things that may have triggered it. I mean, once the damage is done, it's kind of hard to undo it, but I always recommend thinking ahead if you are prone to headaches. So, if it's a posture thing, that's going to take a while. So, on the immediate, well, warm shower, stretching, I personally try to avoid the drugs, but I've said this before, Tylenol is my friend. So, over the counter meds, Tylenol, Motrin, something to help relieve the pain, anti-inflammatories. I have a friend who has acupuncture done, and she swears by it. She says she does not have the same level of pain and discomfort in her neck. She has some stress tension issues with her neck. She was having a lot of headaches, not quite migraines, but definitely some pretty severe tension headaches. And acupuncture has changed her life. So I can't speak from personal experience, but she has certainly sung the praises of her acupunctural experiences and says, for her, it's been the greatest thing ever. And she was taking some pretty potent meds to help ease her pain. And she doesn't take anything now. She just calls her acupunctural practice, makes an appointment, goes in, gets all the needles and lays there and relaxes. And she says it's fantastic. So, if that's something you're willing to try, I'm certainly willing to try it. I just don't have any real reason to. So, it would just be kind of an experiment for me. But, if I end up with a reason to go and see if it relieves some sort of chronic discomfort that I have, I would definitely give it a try. So, it's an option. The other thing that I propose as preventive medicine is stay hydrated. Really, I don't know how many videos I've said that on. Drink lots of water, and it's water. It's not coffee or soda or juice, or it's water, really, because water is the best thing to keep you hydrated. Lots of it. Drink early, drink often. And loud noise, when I spent all the time that I spent over the last couple of days clearing my driveway with my snow blower, I used hearing protection because I knew I was going to be subjecting myself to however many decibels my snow blower runs at for a long time. And I mean, that's kind of like going to a concert for 5 hours. So there's got to be some sort of damage, whether it's tinnitus and I'd have ringing for the next day or whatever. It could be subtle. It could be just something you wake up with the next day and you just go, not pleasant. But you don't want to be causing permanent damage. So it's always good to use hearing protection and take care of yourself because really, I've said this before. I want to be around for a long time. I want to maintain my health and maybe even improve my health so that when in the pursuit of my goals, I mean, what's the point of having dreams and goals if you're not healthy enough to enjoy them, right? So protect the vessel. So do what you can to make sure that you're going to be around and in good shape when you get to your dreams and goals. Skip meals, that's kind of a no-brainer. Make sure you're eating. Schedule it if you have to. There's so many apps on phones. You can schedule a reminder. Lay it out ahead of time. I don't know, whatever works for you. For me, there's really nothing that works because I even ignore my reminders. I just have to be more disciplined and not get roped into what I'm doing for so long. I have to remember to stop doing what I'm doing on schedule so that I can remember to move on to the next thing, which just might be my meal. Um, or have somebody else remind me. Maybe it's call a friend, have a friend phone me, text me, hey, did you remember to eat? So, if that's what you need to resort to, then that works. So, lack of exercise. Yeah, I'm not even going there. We've already been there, right? I think there's something to be said about being a couch potato. If you're getting headaches from being a couch potato, um, I don't know how to help you. I think, get a higher quality recliner or something. I've seen them with the back that tilts up so that you're more comfortable while you're watching television. Um, that's posture, and I'm kind of at a loss for lack of exercising being a cause for headaches. Um, it seems to me that the logical solution for that is to at least get up and exercise, even if it's take the batteries out of your remote and get up and walk to the television and change the channels manually. I don't know, something, anything is better than nothing. So find a way, make an excuse to get some exercise, figure it out, right? It's worth it to not have headaches, I think. So, eye strain. So there's a couple of different things for eye strain. Obviously, if you need to get an eye exam, get an eye exam because glasses, these are cheaters. My regular prescription is no prescription. My eyesight is perfect, but well, not perfect, but close enough to perfect. So the reason why I use cheaters is because I work a lot of hours on the computer. So I worked a 12-hour day today. My eyes are tired, and rather than strain them, while I'm continuing to be on the computer, I use the cheaters to give my eyes a break. That way, I don't wake up tomorrow with an eye strain headache. It works for me. So it's another one of those little tips and tricks that I've learned to make my life a little bit easier. And I put the cheaters on probably around 5 o'clock p.m. After that, I'll take them off around 8. I don't need them because I'm not doing anything. I don't need them to read or anything. It's just for the computer. Anything that's kind of at an arm's length, it's just because my eyes get fixed at that distance, and I just kind of need to give them a little bit of help. So that's that's one way using cheaters, getting an eye exam, getting a pair of glasses if you need glasses. Depends on what you're doing with your eyes. If it's just a lot of screen time, maybe a little less screen time if you can manage that. Um, I will not watch television after I've done a 12-hour day on the computer. My regular day job is completely looking at a computer. I work in data management, so I am constantly reviewing spreadsheets and data sets, tables, all sorts of numbers. And it's a lot of squinting and scrutinizing and really just working my eyes like crazy. So at the end of a really long day, if I don't have tired eyes, then I didn't do my job very well. So, really, I try to take care of my eyes. And this is how I do it. So, uh, that's just, like I said, I will not watch television after a long work day because that's just way too much on my eyes. I also will not do a lot of driving, especially not night driving after I've done a long day of work because it's just too much. The reflection and stuff, and I have really light and sensitive eyes, so lights from cars coming toward me, it doesn't blind me, it just exhausts me. So I will definitely end up with a headache. There have been times where I've gone to visit my daughter. She lives about a 2-hour drive away, and that's, work the 12-hour workday, do the 2-hour drive to visit my daughter, hang out with her for a little while, and then drive 2 hours back, and I'm shot the next day as far as my eyes go. So it's that I try and schedule that for like a Friday when I don't have to use my eyes as much the next day. So, this is, I know I'm just droning on and on about it, but it's all stuff you have to think about. What is your lifestyle? How can you accommodate so that you are aware of what your habits are? And can you do something to make it so that you're less prone to suffer for whatever it is that you're doing? If it's something that you can affect a change on to improve the outcome, then by all means, preventive maintenance is a good idea. And if not, then you know, over the counter meds if you need to. And if you're finding that the regular over the counter meds, getting some rest, hydrating, for me, sometimes caffeine helps. If I have a tension headache and nothing is working and I've dimmed the lights and I've turned off the computer and I'm relaxing and it's not the end of the night, so I don't have to worry about it. Sometimes just a little bit of caffeine seems to help get things moving, and I don't know, clears out the cobwebs or something. But sometimes that's all it takes to get the headache to go away. So I'm not sure what the science is behind that. I'm assuming that it kind of speeds up my metabolism and gets the gunk out. To me, it's kind of like putting seafoam in the engine of my snowblower. It just kind of clears the carburetor. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That's just a guess. So I don't know, but it works for me. But I would never do that right before bed because I don't want it to stay up and ruin my quality sleep. But, you know, I don't know. I'm one of those people who likes to try all sorts of stuff so long as it's not absolutely insane. And what I was going to get at is, if the standard means of trying to resolve your headache don't work, or if you find that you're having an awful lot of headaches, call your doctor. Seriously, get it checked out, because if you have a pinched nerve, or if you have a blood clot, or if you're having a hormonal imbalance, or I mean, ladies, come on, you've heard me say this before. If you're starting to go through the change of life, hormone imbalance, whoa, what a monster. Yeah, you're going to find out that there's all sorts of things that are starting to happen to your body that you are not prepared for, and nobody, including you, is going to like. So go see your doctor or your OBGYN or whatever and talk about some options. I've talked about 5-HTP before. It's a lifesaver. So that's all I have for you. I have been talking for way too long. I'm going to let you go. Have a great day, all. Bye.